Weddings-ish, 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 with Jove.
Well, hello, and thank you so much for tuning in to Weddings-ish with Jove, a podcast all about love, joy, and weddings-ish with a special guest each episode. I couldn't be more excited to be joined in studio by newlyweds, Rachel and Leo. Rachel Martino is a content creator, and Leo Camacho is a designer and a budding, reinvigorated content creator. And I'm so happy you're here. Your wedding, outside of my wedding, because I have to be biased, obviously, was the wedding of the year.
Oh
We were all waiting with bated breath to see what you were going to do, and you delivered. So congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I am so excited. I have to just share the first time we met. I don't know if you remember.
Oh, I remember.
It was in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And we were at the Real Simple event, and you walked in, and I was like, who are these good-looking people here? Like, in this beautiful brownstone. And Leo, being a sweet gentleman, offered to get you a drink. And I said yes. But he wasn't talking to me. But anyway, so that's how we met. And since then, I've just been so excited about your wedding. And now I just want to hear all about it. Are you still on cloud nine? How are you feeling?
Yeah.
I feel like finally today I'm like not as exhausted.
Okay.
It was like full exhaustion.
Yeah.
Just like crazy. And now I'm feeling just like, bliss.
Yeah, it literally took a week to physically recover.
Yeah, to
emotionally,
settle.
that's going to be going for a minute.
Sure.
Yeah.
But it took a lot out of us, and it was so like you were anticipating what
Yes.
was going to happen. So were we.
Yeah.
It was a crazy day.
It was. And I want to dive into all the details, but I want to zoom out first on your love story. How did the two of you meet?
So Leo and I met on a Disney cruise in 2019.
Yeah. Are you both big Disney people, or was it?
Yeah, I used to be like my primary like content was Disney related, video game, Comic-Con, all that stuff. But Disney definitely
was your
above
thing.
All the rest, yeah.
Okay.
And I feel like, I dipped my toe in. Obviously, I'm a fashion and lifestyle creator, but I love to dress up as a princess. And so, and I've been did that way before I ever met Leo. So we both were invited by Disney on the Disney cruise.
Okay. Separately.
So
you didn't know each other at all?
No.
Okay.
We had been at an event together.
Yeah, here in New York,
Here in New York, but we didn't meet at that event.
Okay.
So
I remember thinking that she's too cool. She doesn't want to talk to me.
Stop.
Oh,
so you saw her and thought that?
I remember that. I remember how she was dressed and going, yeah, no way. Because
Wow.
I was the dude that wore like novelty nerdy T-shirts.
Yes.
It was actually a Harry Potter event, and I'm over here like
Nerding out.
You're
fully into it.
Full Gryffindor, and then she's over there just dressed nice for a New York
Gorgeous.
Broadway show, and I'm like, nah, no way, no chance.
And I remember thinking, that's a cute guy here.
He's a looker. We got a looker.
But that's as far as it went. There's actually a photo of us standing next to each other, and we had never even spoken.
that was
Amazing. At that event.
At that event.
Okay.
But on the Disney cruise, so the first part of the Disney cruise was in Disney World, and then the second part was on the Disney cruise. So we didn't meet until the second part. And it was a big group of creators.
It was, yeah.
Like-
It was like 60 creators, but the vast majority were family bloggers.
I see.
And there was
Because
only
Disney.
Right,
because
it's Disney cruise, yeah.
And I think there was only like 9 of us that were not part of like a mother, father, children group.
Sure, a unit.
A unit.
So 9 singles.
Yeah.
That's what we called it.
Yeah. We called it the singles. And so the first day we met in the hot tub.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's
because
not a bad place to meet.
Yeah.
Right
Well,
away, you're
we
like,
were ready.
okay,
We were
10 out
ready
of
to party.
10.
But all the families went to sleep because they were exhausted after
Sure.
a week in Orlando.
With their kids.
And
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, yeah, Friday night. And
Yeah.
literally the only other person with that energy was
Rachel.
So it was me and my best friend, and
Uh-huh.
then her and her best friend, and we were all in the hot tub together.
That's
Yep.
amazing. Was there immediate sparks or kind of like playing coy, or how did it?
I would say more like, we were just, it was,
There was immediate gravitation.
yes, but we were like, okay, this is obviously a work event.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we were just
keeping
like
it professional.
chatting. And then I happened to mention to him, like, we're just talking about our content. And I say, I love to dress up as Disney princesses.
Mm-hmm.
And for this cruise, I brought my Little Mermaid costume because it's the 30th anniversary of the Little Mermaid, 2019 from 1989. And it's the Kiss the Girl costume.
Oh my gosh.
And he was like, well, that's so funny because I primarily cosplay Prince Eric.
Which the hair.
Yeah, but I
the
didn't even have
vibe.
the costume with me.
You
I
didn't?
was just like, if I
On
put
the
a white shirt
cruise?
on, because I didn't expect that to happen.
Sure.
You know, after filming so much content at Disney, I always respected the guidelines of not being the characters. And so
Sure.
in my mind, it was always about showing the attractions and not being the attraction.
It was the other side, not
right,
you. Yeah.
Right. But suddenly I'm with all these content creators that are just there having fun in
Yeah.
Disney fashion. And I had to think on my feet and be like, well, I have a white shirt.
Yeah.
I look like Prince
I
Eric.
can make this happen.
I'm Prince Eric.
No, so we met up on the deck the next day and did a photo shoot as the little
yeah.
Prince
You
Eric
did the
and-
video of
Yeah.
the two of you, which
Yeah.
you then showed the wedding, the same dip.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
like at that point, were there like no thoughts of any future or
not for a future, no.
Yeah,
As a
yeah.
matter of fact, I remember still thinking, too cool for me.
Got it.
Like I can't
Got
even
it.
believe that she's wearing a costume.
Yeah.
Because that just didn't line up in my mind.
Yes, like she wouldn't be that girl.
She wouldn't be the girl that did that.
Yeah.
But I was like, well, welcome to my world. Like,
Yeah.
let's play. And I remember, obviously, I was attracted to her, but always going to keep it on that professional line.
Sure.
And we were taking those photos, and her best friend, Noelle, who was shooting the photos, was like, closer, get closer.
Noelle knew.
Yeah.
And
she's the officiant
she's
of
the
the wedding.
officiant. Yeah, so it paid off. But I had done cosplay professionally, like for brands and things like that. I had done all this Disney stuff. I had been doing cosplay videos on YouTube. Like I've been a groom in so many wedding shoots. That the joke was my name was Rent-A-Groom. Like, I had done this sort of thing so many times
that it almost felt like work for you.
But with her, I was so nervous.
Oh.
I was so nervous and I couldn't like get it together. I was shaking and I was like, come on, man, it's just a photo on a boat.
It's not. And the crazy
Clearly.
thing is like all these years later, here you are. And the fact that you both seem to have so much in common in that world, in cosplay and dress up in Disney is like, what are the odds that like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Found
like,
each other.
That you found each other.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful.
It was 2 recipes from the same book, you know?
Oh, I like that. So after that, how did we become boyfriend,
Well, that's the
girlfriend?
thing. So we were long distance for a year because Leo's born and bred in LA.
Yep.
And I had already been living in New York at that point for almost 10 years.
Okay.
And
you were not moving out.
No, I love New York.
Yeah, you can't leave me.
Well, I won't because
Okay, thank you.
I love New York.
No, I'm
Sorry,
here.
you're a unit, you're married.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll see you later, LA. I mean, listen, I love what it used to mean to me,
Sure.
but New York is really still
Is
in
your
my
home.
heart.
Yeah. So we did a year long distance and then COVID hit.
Mm-hmm.
And because we really didn't have a plan. We
No.
were just flying by the seat of our pants.
Even in the beginning, like, you know, we really didn't confess feelings until like a month after the cruise.
Oh,
like,
wow.
really like lean into it. You know what I mean?
You were just like texting casually.
Yeah,
You're like, I
and it
like
was-
that photo of
it's
you.
so funny. Exactly.
Like stalking each other's Instagram.
Yeah.
I did stalk your Instagram.
Did
Your
you?
first photo ever is Ariel.
It is,
Yeah.
yes.
And I'm like, this is like all so
Yeah.
wild that that's
It's full 360
your first.
for
Yes.
That's our first picture. Yeah. So
And then it's your first picture together.
Yeah.
It's like so wild. I love it.
Yeah, that progression was interesting because there's the distance and there's the longing.
Yeah.
And there's like this inevitable obstacle that we know we're going to have to hurdle over
yeah. 'cause
with this distance.
Yeah,
It was crazy.
So, and honestly, it was a blessing in disguise for us when COVID hit because forced us to, be together. I didn't want to stay in New York by myself.
Sure.
And so I went to LA and lived with him, and we had a lot of fun. That's really where we really started to lean into our creative photo shoots together.
Yeah.
And which was so fun. And then my apartment building in New York sold.
Okay. The whole building.
The whole building.
So you were
So I was like
without a
ass
home.
out.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I
Don't
was
you
like,
love when that happens?
it's so New York.
It is.
And I was like, wait, you literally can't do this. It's illegal. It's COVID. But
Yeah.
they didn't care.
Yeah.
And they were like, we can put your stuff on the street.
While you were in LA.
Because I
while
was
that-
in LA.
And we, traveling was very difficult.
Yeah,
back
you
then.
couldn't.
Yeah.
And,
So, but we had to have a, serious chat. And
Yeah.
I said, do you want to move to New York with me?
But it was also like the perfect time to have that conversation
Yeah.
because what am I doing other than
Sure.
being trapped in my room? I
Yeah,
might as
everyone.
well.
We were all in a very weird
It was
Yeah.
so weird.
situation
Such a
and
weird time.
circumstance. And is that when you moved into your beautiful apartment that you're in now?
So that's when we moved into the loft, which was
first
its
loft.
own adventure.
The Dream Loft.
Not the we have two. Well,
It ended, that was what started.
that was what started Dream Loft. So
Okay.
we moved into this like 2,000 square foot, gorgeous, like TV movie. Like, and
Yeah.
I grew up obsessed
Truly.
with Friends, and so like it was my dream to live in a New York
Yeah.
loft
Uh-huh.
like that. And we got a great COVID deal, and the thing was the building was a live work building.
Sure.
So that's when we started the idea and the concept of Dream Loft
Came
Studios
about at that time.
at that time.
I see.
And then that one got so popular that was our apartment, that we started the second space, which we still have and rent. But then, unfortunately, we did have to leave the loft, which was very sad.
Another kick out New York situation.
It's like you really have to want to be here because
you have to love New York
because it will get you. It will get you
every time.
It's almost like
our wedding too.
Yes, which I can't. But it's like right when you think like, oh, New York is so good and it's worth all the struggle and the strife and the challenges. It'll knock you down.
Bites you right on the ass.
Every time.
Get out of the way.
Yeah. So then you left the loft that you were living in to the apartment that you're in.
Yeah, now we live in a beautiful 3-story like townhouse.
It's beautiful with the stairs where you take all the pictures.
Yes.
And is that when you kind of sparked interior design, or have you always loved
the
design?
design actually started when I had to live in LA with him during COVID.
Oh, because his apartment was so bad?
It was so bad.
I don't mean to throw you under the
bus,
bus,
it was a
Leo,
boy dorm room.
Yeah.
Okay, I believe that.
For a 36-year-old man.
Yes.
Well, it was a temporary space for me too, on top of that.
How temporary?
I hadn't even been living there for a year. When
okay. So actually, some people say that and they're like 10 years.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out like, where am I going to go from here? I don't know.
So you weren't investing in a place because you weren't going to stay there.
And for the year prior, I literally was traveling to New York every other week or every other month. So I was
you were always,
So I had to fix that.
Yeah.
And I obviously was sharing that online during that time. And people were so invested in like, Leo's room and how I was going to make this truly ugly ass space.
And ugly like 1970s Los Angeles.
Popcorn ceilings, yellow carpet.
All of it.
Bad.
Carpeted bathroom.
What?
Jove, it was so bad.
Carpeted bathroom?
No, it was straight out of 1975. Like it was.
Like next to your shower was carpet?
Yes.
What in the white refrigerator? It was so.
And you pulled that up?
No.
Oh, okay.
But she made it work.
It was lipstick on a pig for
sure. Yeah.
But then once we, I really got the bug for it, and then when we got to the loft, I actually worked with an interior designer on that space.
Okay.
And like learned so much from her. Her name's Megan Hopp, and we really collaborated on creating this gorgeous space together. And then once I had done that, I was like, okay, now I want to do something on my own. So that's when I designed Dream Loft Studios as it is now. And
which was so beautiful and pink and girly and fun, and the wallpaper and also the bar you can push out. Like so brilliant. I was
Thank
like,
you.
oh my gosh.
She thinks about
she
space
knows what's up.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love design.
So that was in 2021. And then 2023, someone got down on a knee.
You could say that.
Yeah. So you concocted a whole story. Like, how do you get someone to a sneaky purpose? Yeah, like, tell me about your greatest prank.
It's funny because I think about this a lot and just how hard it is to really surprise a significant other because they know when situations for proposal are imminent.
Of course.
Right? Like, if you take someone on a grand vacation, there's a chance it might happen.
Sure.
There. And I had to eliminate that in order for it to be pure, right? But how do I get her in a dress? How do I get her looking her
hair
best?
And makeup the way she's going to want to look,
exactly.
of course.
Yep. So the idea was to lie to her, as one does.
Your one and only lie in this
that's
relationship.
Right. The biggest lie ever. And so I contacted her agency, said, you need to propose an outdoor garden party from a brand that she can't refuse.
Okay.
Like she needs to think, I got to go to this event.
It was paid opportunity.
That's how we can't
that's
refuse.
how you get them.
Done.
And I was like, the way to do that is to offer money. And with that, she will know that it's serious and she will dress up for it. And it'll justify sort of being outside, a garden party. We concocted this whole story.
Yeah.
But we really committed to the bit and had at the event itself, we had people with clipboards and
a check-in person.
Yeah, like a check-in person.
And there was
you hired
influencer
extras?
names on that list.
Oh, so that you could see.
Yeah, and I was like, my friends are here.
Oh,
and we had a musician playing, so it seemed like there was atmosphere occurring.
Yeah.
So she would walk in and even up till the very last moment think she was somewhere else.
Sure, I love this.
Yeah, and I remember I was lying to her about going to look for venues to do it by saying I was shopping for a motorcycle.
Oh no!
But the problem is I actually found one that I wanted to buy at the time, and so she got so mad because I had already convinced her that I was not going to be proposing that year. Because I needed her to not see it coming. She knew it was coming because we had discussed by the end of the summer of 2020.
You talked about your life plans.
Yes. Yeah. I don't think anyone, I would say, you shouldn't be shocked when you get engaged. You should be surprised, but not shocked.
Yeah. I think that's the right. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
I can't be surprised you're trapped with me forever. I want it to be a mutual decision, but I still want the moment to be.
Of course.
And
I love to be surprised.
Yes.
So when he.
So I told her, I said, these are my words. I said, I'm not prepared to give you, I'm not prepared financially and I'm not quite ready to give you the proposal that I think you deserve.
Okay.
And emotionally, that makes me uncomfortable because I want to make sure that I'm able to provide you the life that you both desire and deserve.
And then he bought a motorcycle.
And then I bought a motorcycle, and she was so pissed. So
did that help with the life she desires and deserves?
Well, the anger was blinding, you see, and she couldn't see it coming. And so ultimately, it was well worth the lie.
Is that the motorcycle you arrived on today?
No, this is part two.
Okay, this is number 2.
That was the let me get used to riding a New York motorcycle, which we spent some time on.
Yeah.
But so now there's a heavy mask. She's mad at me, which is great. But here's what I will say. That led to a really long conversation in which we sorted it out.
Yeah.
And, I remember her saying to me, this is your proposal too, and I want you to be able to enjoy it as well. It's not just about me. And if you're not ready, then we can't do this. We need to be ready together.
It takes 2.
And
100%.
that was like sealed. I was like, this is the best decision easily now. I have a
She
partner
took the pressure off.
Yeah.
And then the races were on.
And then I was like, oh, you don't even know in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was like a few days later.
Yeah. It was 2 weeks from that conversation.
Wow.
I'll never forget it.
You were already, obviously things were happening. And you
it was
were
already
unaware.
in motion.
Oh, got it.
Because that's what would happen. She'd be like, hey, I didn't see a package. Is the ring coming? Where did you, what was in that box?
Just a little poke here, a little poke there.
We had said the end of summer 2023.
Yeah.
And it was
I was like, next spring, I
waited.
promise. When the weather gets nice, I promise.
You're like, Labor Day's like in a couple days.
Serious. And she was literally counting the amount of weekends that counted as summer. And she knew there was like
She's
only
like Googling,
3.
what's the latest summer date
Truly,
according to.
That is literally what happened. That's why.
Because she loved you so much.
She
She
loved
wanted
me
it
so
to
much.
happen.
But,
well,
we
it was
got
beautiful. And it
you.
went viral and everyone cried. And it was like so gorgeous. And you had Taylor Swift songs.
Right.
Right. That was your.
It was, we had.
I Can't Help Falling in Love.
Yeah.
Well, she played quite a few
guitar.
songs, but that's like one of our songs. Is I Can't Help
our
Falling
first
in Love with You.
It was our first moment in New York where we were dancing in your kitchen when we were first dating.
To that song?
To that song. It came on Spotify. And we were just cooking dinner and we had a little slow dance. And I think it was the first time we had fully just like emotionally let our guards down with each other in a way of showing each other like, this is as real
deep.
as we both think it is.
Yeah.
It's not just one-sided. We don't have to guard our feelings. Like,
Yeah.
let's lean into
You can
this.
be. Stop it right now.
Yeah.
So then that was 2023,
Yeah.
and you just got married like a few weeks ago.
Well, what's funny is it felt like we were married after that because it was such a grand effort that we were like in
after
this
the
honeymoon
proposal,
phase.
You're like,
exactly.
oh, we're done. We're good.
Well, because he also planned a surprise party afterwards with friends and family.
Yeah.
And
So
killed that.
it was basically like a little mini
It
It
wedding.
was like
felt
a little
like a
mini
mini
wedding.
wedding.
I was wearing
Exactly.
white. I mean,
Yeah.
it was so. And then we did consider having our wedding abroad.
Okay.
So that's kind of one of the reasons it took longer to get to
Where
our.
were you thinking?
We wanted to do France because I love France.
And we went on
I
a whole
mean-
adventure exploring like chateaus and
Ugh.
castles and all this stuff.
Yeah.
That
I
would
realized
be
this is
exquisite.
hard.
Yes. And that was really like I'll never regret that because we
That
went
trip
on this
was amazing.
amazing trip. But ultimately we love New York and
Yeah.
we wanted to do it here.
Yeah. So you looked abroad, and then it just wasn't the right vibe.
Didn't come together.
And then how did you land on Sound River Studio in New York City?
So my whole thing with getting married in New York is obviously you're paying a premium to get married in New York City.
Yep.
But I was like, so if I'm gonna pay the money to get married here, I want the skyline to be the backdrop. I love the New York City skyline and I want it to be outside. I'm an outside person. And really that leaves you with a lot of rooftops. But I went and we looked at a lot of rooftops, in Long Island City too, like the Bourdon, and it's beautiful. But like, I don't know, I don't like rooftops as much as I like
being
on the ground.
Yep.
And our
feel
thing
encased.
our thing is by we walk our dog taxi every day in Transmitter Park in Greenpoint where we live, and it's like this long pier. And so many times I would say, man, I wish we could just get married right here. So then when we found Sound River, we were like, this is it.
This is it. It's like the same water.
It's the same water, the same
yeah.
vibe, and you get a permit for the pier, so you can have your ceremony there.
Yep.
And then it's this big open loft building that you can really make your own.
Yep.
So it was so kismet.
Yeah.
Which
that
is very
we found
Which is convenient, which is nice. You don't have to fly anywhere.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or get stuck in a lot of traffic.
Exactly.
Yeah. And as soon as we found the venue, it was like all the ideas just started pouring out. Like I knew it would be so fun to have Leo come up on his motorcycle.
Yes.
Then to have me come up in the vintage taxi cab.
Yeah. Because the thing is, like, it is tucked away behind an industrial shipping
Yeah,
dock.
it's kind of like a hidden gem back there.
Yes, it is.
But it's also visually
It's a little rough around the edges.
incredibly
On
New
that
York.
side street, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And then
There's an
until you walk
abandoned
in the
house.
venue, it's
Yeah.
like, it's almost like a low and then a high.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
and so we knew in order for the low to work,
Yeah.
like we needed to lean into the New York.
Yes.
You know, the
grit of
grittiness.
that.
Yes, and really just have fun with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people, and myself included, were so nervous for you because the weather that day
Well,
was
first of all,
literally wild. It was like
Wild.
the stormiest storm was storming. And
she
I
chose
just
that
thought,
day.
No, Jove. People are like, oh, does your date have significance to you? I said, no. I literally Googled what is the least likely day to rain in New York City.
Yeah.
And that's how you picked your wedding
That's
date.
how we
10 years, no
picked
rain.
our wedding date. 10
Stop.
years, Farmer's Almanac never rained.
That until your wedding.
Until our wedding. The heavens opened and it poured buckets.
And it was a deluge.
Yes.
I mean, it was
I
Flash
didn't,
flood.
I wasn't working that day, but I was having anxiety for those who were.
Oh my gosh. It was
And
so
those getting
intense.
married.
Mm-hmm.
But you made the most of it.
For sure. Well, it was beautiful.
Yeah, it was beautiful. But that video you posted of you doing your first look in
Yeah.
the room where you were consoling her
Yeah.
was so sweet. Like you were probably, I don't want to put words in your mouth, spiraling.
Well,
Yeah,
we were supposed to
fully
do the first
crashing
look
out.
on the rooftop.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
And then they brought us downstairs. We were going to do it in front of the marquee at the Arlo
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Williamsburg. But they were vacuuming and sweeping
No.
the ground.
It was so
flooding.
At the same time.
And we're like, well, can't do it here either.
Oh my God.
So then I say, okay, well, let's do it in our suite.
Yeah.
Because we had a beautiful
Yeah, and
corner
the
suite
glass
there in the
and the
glass.
light.
And they moved, the media team was amazing.
Incredible.
I cannot shout out enough Mary Costa and her team, and then the social media, so bridal team and videography team. They all went together and moved all of the furniture out of the room.
Wow. For you to have.
Because my dress was so big.
Yes, it was. Yes,
it was almost like I remember when I saw it, I thought like, oh, this was the plan the whole time.
Oh.
No,
That
that was
good it
my idea, because they were like, well, what do you want to do? And I'm like, well, just do it in the suite.
Yeah.
Because then at least it's like we have,
Air conditioning.
which
and
is,
it's
yeah,
dry.
well, there's no rain.
Yeah.
And it's still beautiful.
Yes.
But
And you get the skyline kind
It
of.
well,
actually was
no,
very-
it was so raining so
It was so
hard,
great.
Jove, that they kept being like, it's like a softbox. Because I'm crashing out sobbing.
Yeah. You literally
Okay.
can't see this. The
You
building
couldn't see
because the rain was
anything. It
so-
just was
Oh.
pure white all around.
Yeah.
But it was really beautiful because we were doing our first look. Leo's consoling me as I'm fully crashing out. And
Literally right then.
right then, we look out and I'm like, it stopped raining.
That moment.
Yeah.
In that
stopped
moment.
raining.
I mean,
At that
that's-
exact moment.
And
And I remember because the clouds like
that you
parted.
could finally see
and
outside.
like some light came in and
Oh.
like illuminated her.
Right behind her.
Oh my God.
And we were supposed
And the
to
whole
do
team went,
literally everyone gasped.
everybody gasped.
And we
Oh.
were supposed to do all of our like bridal portraits at that point, and I was like, we need to get to the venue
need to-
right now.
Yep.
Let's
Who
go.
yeah,
Cut to
because
the chase.
otherwise we don't have any.
Yes.
And our guests, the plan was they were going to get on a water taxi and
Yeah.
do a kind of a little tour of Manhattan.
Oh,
and-
fun
and
before
Brooklyn.
they arrive.
And
Yes.
then they
I
would,
love
they
that.
would pull up at the dock
Yeah.
of the venue.
And then walk right up.
And then walk
Yeah.
right up.
Yeah.
But
Fun.
it was raining. And then so
First,
it
they
had-
canceled the boat.
they canceled the
Oh,
boat.
because of like thunder and
the
lightning.
rain was so
They
intense.
just can't.
Yeah. And then it stopped and we're like, get him on the boat.
I'm
Get 'em on the
spiraling for
boat.
you.
Yeah.
Like,
It was
Skip cocktail hour. Let's move.
it was crazy. Like
Insane.
so, yeah.
Because now the pace is like everybody's just moving.
Yeah.
you have to.
We have to
because
go.
once the sky's open, you have a limited time.
We had
Yeah.
and
2
they
hours.
had moved everything inside already.
Of course, because you have to make a
'cause it was
plan.
pouring rain.
So
Yeah.
you made the call for your ceremony to be
Yeah.
inside.
I mean, the
No,
runner would literally
well,
have blown over.
I mean, when it was
Initially.
pouring rain,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
had to
you
move
had
everything
to. You had
inside.
to move
Yes.
everything
There's literally
inside.
security CC footage of the runner just flying
No.
and everyone trying to
yeah,
catch
because
it.
it was a storm, and we're
Flying
on
into
the water.
I have the videos. I
Please,
have to
please
post
share
it.
the video.
Yeah, yeah.
I need to see this.
So then they move everything inside, and that was kind of set. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
and then I called them, and I was like, "It's not raining. Put it outside,
please, please.
And they were like, it's
please."
a liability. And
They're
we're
like, "No."
we'll risk it.
Yeah, you're like, we have insurance, right?
But I was just like, and I did feel so bad because I knew it was such an endeavor to move everything
Of
back
course.
outside. But so much of what we planned and, our guest experience and even our joy was about these fun entrances
Of course.
and everything. And I was like,
100%.
it's just, Sound River does have a great rain plan. You still have the skyline.
So you
view.
had a rain plan inside.
Yes.
You weren't tenting outside. You were going to be.
But that means no motorcycle. That means no taxi cab.
Yeah. No, it's not your vision. It's not what you wanted.
There's no transferring of this.
Big garage door.
Yeah. No, and then you're in one space the whole time. No, I get it. So you knew you had the backup plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But obviously you were hoping, and you picked this date specifically because for 10 years it didn't.
What's even crazier is like that's the entire week before, beautiful. The entire week after, beautiful.
Only that day.
Only that day.
And that hour and a half.
But that was when we got to do the ceremony.
Yeah.
Because literally, so we get everybody there. And of course, I'm like thinking that this is looking schlocky, that all the guests are like freaking out.
The cab broke down that she was supposed to ride up, and right as the ceremony
was
starting.
From the hotel to the ceremony?
No.
The vintage cab.
At the ceremony.
The one you were going to, it just stopped working?
It just stopped working. So they had to bring another one, which delayed us another 20 minutes. And Jersey was flooded. Oh my God. It was
Half our stuff didn't even arrive off the truck.
Because you arrived in a motorcycle,
yeah.
Which was hot, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, I can say this because you're here. I'd say it anyways. But I was like,
You know.
oh my God.
Honestly.
Did you just milk that camera right there? He knows what he's working with, and I'm done with it. I'm leaving. I'm out. This is just us now.
And that's why, of course, we have to give him an entrance like this, because he is like, and I wanted that because I feel like, obviously it's all about the bride entrance, but like this man is camp.
He needed the moment.
He's
full camp. I didn't know that about you as much.
Yeah, I keep it a secret.
We both are.
I knew you were.
Two theater kids meet, and this is what you get.
And this is what you get.
Yeah.
So you had your motorcycle entrance, and then you had the vintage cab, which I don't even know how you fit all that Hayley Paige dress in there, which we're going to talk about later. So you're pulling up in it, and it broke?
Well, thankfully he hadn't already gone down the aisle.
Yeah.
But it was before, right when we got to the venue, they put us in the cab because we were going to take it just down the street to take a few photos while the guests are,
arriving,
starting to sit and everything.
And set her up to come back.
And it was just, after already we just had this emotional ride to the venue in a regular car, like
the guy's jingling the keys. And the thing's not starting, and he's just like, you can see him getting nervous, and we're looking at you, and then there's this moment where he just goes, "It was working a minute ago."
No,
and we go, "No, you didn't just do this."
Just everything. It was. I mean, now it's funny.
Oh my God.
You had me now, but in the moment,
it was so charged.
Yeah,
and it brought out the emotions so much, and I think even for our guests, I feel like it made them party more because it was like we did
drama.
it. We did it. The
stakes
were higher.
Did you keep your peace? Did you spiral? Like, what was your process in that? Because it was rain, then the cab. Like, how did you?
Oh my God,
and
then they forgot her veil.
Then I didn't have the veil was gone
for the
no
ceremony.
Veil. Yeah, there was no veil.
Was that the hotel?
Yeah.
Someone went back.
Someone had
and
to go get
dug
the
it up.
veil.
Yeah, they found it.
But you got it in the end.
Yes.
But only because the cab was delayed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you.
Yeah.
Yes. And the veil literally came in like 3 minutes before we walked.
Literally.
It was
rushing the veil.
Rushing the veil.
So how were you feeling?
Well, that was, I kind of felt like, okay, there was obviously this, I was elated that we were doing it outside.
Yes.
But I think because everything felt like it had gone wrong, I felt like, oh my God, this must look schlocky, like the guest must think it's from a guest experience. And that was like, I was scared of that. But I feel like once I saw Leo's face and like stood there with him and I'm here with my best friend, I was just like, let's do this.
Yeah.
Like,
there was definitely a sense of the show must go on. And I think we kind of we use that as a crutch, actually, to be like, we got to go.
Yeah.
We have this
We're
opportunity.
here.
Yeah.
We're here.
And the sun came out and shined for you.
There was just like a little
peak.
ray. And my processional song was "Here Comes the Sun,"
which is also
Stop,
just like
which
we
you obviously picked in advance.
Way in advance.
Way in advance.
That's beautiful. And
yeah.
what was
and
the
then,
song?
And then, well, for me it was Danger Zone. But
yeah.
But as we kissed, kissed the bride. That's when it started to sprinkle.
Oh.
And it was just so
and
magical.
then right to cocktail hour.
Right.
Yeah, and people just losing their minds.
Of course.
It was so
I mean,
crazy.
it's like, and everyone was in their hotel room getting ready, obviously being like, she was.
Yeah.
It's their wedding day.
Yeah.
Everybody kept coming up to me and they were like, "We were so worried about you, Rachel.
Yeah.
We were so worried."
Yes.
And I was like, I was worried about me too.
You're like, I was the most worried.
People were coming up to me going, "I'm so worried about Rachel." I'm like, yeah, I know, me too.
So you didn't hire an Etsy witch, which is
I did hire an Etsy
You did?
witch. I did.
Did you get your refund?
No, because I think that counts.
Because the ceremony you got.
Yes, because at the end of the day, that's all we needed.
Nature? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was only $15.
Okay. So you recommend.
Well,
High
that's why we
recommend.
only got 2 hours.
People were like, "Which one did you pick?" I was like, "The one that came up first."
The one with all the ratings.
Yeah, the top.
I want to be an Etsy witch. It's like $15 and they have like 30,000 reviews.
How does that work?
So when 30,000 times 15, listen,
What?
I don't know.
We're in the wrong
I
business.
know.
We're in the wrong-
I never told you about that.
We're in the
but
wrong
I'm for sure
business.
hired the
This
SC
is
with.
actually
Yeah.
the first time hearing
Yeah,
it.
there was like a whole New York Times article about it. It was like wild.
Wait a minute.
Okay, so the wedding was gorgeous. It was very you, pink and cute and red, like so fun. But I have to talk about the other awkward thing, and then we'll move to all the joy. We were at the Hayley Paige event, her beautiful bridal show, and you told me 14 days before your wedding.
No, not throwing me under the bus, Joe.
I am throwing you under the bus because
There's a lot of buses, okay?
you didn't have a caterer
No.
2 weeks before your wedding day.
Yeah.
I won't even tell you more than that. There were so many things
There's
that
other things.
But we did not. We were very particular about the food, and
Yes.
I felt like we were trying a lot of food that was just like wedding food,
Yep.
Yeah.
or like and very like pretentious, like too many tweezers involved,
Sure.
like
Yeah.
putting
Which
little,
is not the vibe you want.
which is no. We
That was
Yeah.
literally the instructions we gave to the coordinator was we don't want anything that looks like it was placed on that plate by a tweezer.
Got it.
yeah.
So
So
you don't want a stuffy wedding.
we didn't
right.
want to, and we wanted like fun, family style
Yeah.
food that was delicious.
Yeah.
And so in the end, we went with Zoe, and
Yep.
she was incredible. Her team was amazing. Cannot shout them out enough.
Yeah.
Unreal.
And the food was so good.
Yeah.
Like incredible. Like
Yeah.
this gorgeous
we
peach
took
and
home
burrata
leftovers
salad.
from
Did
the
you?
tasting. Yeah.
I love that.
Oh my God. Yeah. And then we had like chicken, and then these really crispy potato, like all the sides were family style, and the entrees, salmon, chicken. And then we had like a pasta salad. Just,
Mhm.
and,
Well,
and
even at
people
in the
loved
midnight snack, I had requested. I'm Cuban,
Okay.
and one of like a very famous Cuban kind of snacky sandwich is a medianoche, and at midnight,
Which means midnight.
which means midnight,
Oh.
they brought them out for everybody, and
Oh.
and I got one, and it was incredible.
It like
And then,
brought
like, a-
you back to
It
some
totally.
memories.
It was like that Ratatouille scene where
Yes.
he's like, what? Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were good.
They were so good.
And then little mini hot dogs from New
Uh-huh.
York. We had a
Yeah.
vintage popcorn machine
All
because
the
we really
cute
leaned
things.
into like the movie theme. That was really an old
Yeah.
Hollywood film.
Yeah.
that was
Because your
kind
table numbers too were
Yes.
also
they were movies.
movies, but with your photos.
Yes. So that's a creative project that we've worked on since, what was our first one?
Well, the
Grease?
pandemic.
Yeah, it's like 2020, because I was already doing something that I called Rach Recreates, which was just me dressing up as
Okay.
TV and movie characters
Yep.
that I probably started in 2016.
So before you met.
Before I met him, yeah.
And he's over here cosplaying.
He's over here cosplaying, doing his thing in LA.
I'm done with you two.
And and so when we first got together, I was like, we did a few, just kind of like we did Grease, we did La La Land,
Well,
which
the
are like
first-
photo
The
shoots.
La La Land
La La
one was
Land, yeah.
beautiful.
And then I realized that this man knows Photoshop.
Uh-huh.
And he had said he knows Photoshop, but it's like that scene
Sure.
in Barbie where a guy's like, yeah, I know Photoshop. And I'm like,
Well,
okay.
you have to click the layers.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
But he is obviously an incredibly talented visual artist,
Yeah.
digital painter.
Yep.
And so then we started doing our
Yeah.
official movie posters.
Yep.
Yeah,
The
the
Little
first. I remember the
Mermaid.
first one. I was like, okay, listen, you have to go along with this. You're not going to see the vision until I show it to you.
Sure.
But I need you to be a robot.
Yeah.
And she was like,
Oh,
a
the
robot.
first- oh my God, I forgot about the robot.
And once
Like,
she saw it,
like you needed her to just be like rigid?
yeah, I
or,
needed
like-
her to like. The idea was that she was like, if you've ever seen Blade Runner, she was like a companion
I haven't.
robot. Well, just that's because you're cool and
I
normal.
haven't.
the wrong
I just
audience
have
for
a
this.
very big gay
Yeah,
card.
that's all right. So neither had she. So you guys, this is 2v1. So exactly, she had not seen it. She didn't quite understand it, and I was like, just trust me, just pose like this
Yeah.
with me. I know that we're just taking it in my shabby room, but I'm going to turn it into like this
Yeah.
cyberpunk scene.
It was cool.
And then once you saw that, I remember I could just see it all click, and she goes, "Oh, you can do this."
Because she
And
saw your art. She saw
my
your
art.
creativity.
She saw my
Yeah.
potential.
There's a
Yeah.
turn on when someone is very passionate and good at something, I think.
Oh,
Totally.
yeah.
A
I
lot
mean-
of people talk about being good at something,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
when you would then actually deliver,
Yes,
Oh.
and especially
Right?
with such
Yes.
a high visionary like Rachel,
Yeah.
who like really sees the big
No,
picture.
I feel like
Yeah.
that we always talk about that's a huge component of our relationship is our creativity, our creative process, working together on creative
Mhm.
projects. So it was really fun. We had already done all these movie posters
Yeah.
over the years together. So in the end, we had what? La La Land, Grease, Tangled, Beauty and the Beast,
Little Mermaid.
Cinderella, Little Mermaid, of
Mermaid.
course, was the Sweetheart Table,
Uh-huh.
Bride of Frankenstein, The Legend of Zelda, Spider-Man, and Star Wars,
and Adam's Family.
and Adam's Family.
Yeah,
I love how these just popped right out of you.
yeah.
I
Well, I
love
mean,
it.
we worked on them for
Forever.
so long.
For years.
because we
And so
made
those
also
were-
made movie posters that were in the lobby. So as you walked in,
when you walked in,
it looked
I
like a
love that
movie-
lobby.
movie
It's kind of a
theater.
weird
Yeah, it's
space.
hard-
So
it's hard
we
to
needed
movie
to turn it into
posters are
something.
Mhm.
a brilliant idea. And they were all your art and your photography combined.
Yes.
Right. And a lot of my friends and family actually had never seen them. They didn't even know that I did those sorts of things.
That you actually had designed it and done the work. Because the Little Mermaid one I was looking at is, yes, you have to trust the vision. You're like sitting on like a crate
like on
behind the couch, like half naked with your toes pointed.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
And then I'm beautiful. Like,
it's funny too because the process is like hard to see though too.
Yes.
Like even when he first did it, it was like Adobe stock image of like a fish.
Goldfish.
Yeah.
And he's like just attaching it to my body, and I'm like, I don't know if this
You're
is
like,
gonna work
are you the right man for me?
I know it's orange right now. Just wait.
But those were our table
your table names.
Table names, and then the little escort cards were like now starring, and then your name, and then on the back was the card.
Stop.
The movie.
From the movie, like a little playing card, and then we also did custom playing cards.
Decks.
That were the favors, or people just had
favors.
Okay, cute.
Yeah.
It was really funny too because during the dinner, people were like playing cards and that was so cool. And playing with people that they were meeting for the first time. So it really was a nice catalyst for friendship.
Yeah, and to kind of connect and to like find a bond there.
Yeah, and a cool thing to keep around the house. I mean, you're not gonna. Sometimes you'll get favors where you just kind of throw them away.
Most of the time.
And these will sit in a drawer and you pull it out, and maybe there'll be a moment where you're like, oh my God, that's right.
Yeah, you're going to play cards and then remember the wedding.
Yeah,
I love that. So the food. I just have to come back.
It wasn't, which I wish I could have had some.
You were so nonchalant about it. This is where I was just like, I don't know you that well, and I've done, this is my career, but you were just like, yeah, we have a tasting in like a day. I just have a good feeling.
Yeah.
And it did all work out.
Yeah.
But like that, you were just like,
I'm a type Z. It's a rare breed. Just not there's type A, type B. You're
C.
I'm Z.
Understood.
I'm
Got
Z.
it.
Probably not. Probably like W. You know what I mean? But
close to the end.
Close to the end.
And it did all work out.
Yeah.
And then your officiant's your best friend.
Best friend.
She
was there when we met, so that was really fun.
She was the one pushing you together.
Yes.
Yeah.
She is a hoot. I adore her.
Wait till you see. We're gonna drop the full speech because it was amazing.
I have no doubt.
Just got it today.
Yeah.
But also, like the comments online are literally like, "I'm so glad you married Leo and your best friend."
Yeah.
Like it's literally like
she's making eye contact with both of us.
100%. It's like I don't know if it's 50-50 at this point or if it's 60-40. But
I know my role.
But your best friend is forever. Like and now you're forever. Yeah. But I also remember at the Hayley Paige show, I was like, oh, so tell me about the ceremony. And she was like, what do you mean? And I was like, she's like, oh, I'm working on it. And you're like, yeah, me too. And I was like, you guys, this is crazy.
But that's how we are. We are fly by the seat of your pants.
Yes. Now I know that. Yeah. Now I know that.
It's also crazy because we never rehearsed any of it. So like
just
the riding
live.
Up on the bike, the car, like
none of
everything was on the spot.
Who was coordinating? The coordinator was
we had a wedding planner.
Okay,
so
right. So someone was, you weren't just like on a, rolling up.
Well, but even up until like the moment where I rode down, I was like, okay, so how are you going to signal me to know? And she was like, oh, you know, and I was like, okay, listen, I'm going to hide behind this truck, and when you're ready, because I can't hear the music, I don't know, just go.
Just like give me a sign.
Be manic, and then I'll just know to get on my bike and ride. And that was literally what. Yeah.
I can't. And then you got a breath mint from your friend.
Yeah, from my buddy. Yeah, just
took off your jacket. I was like, this is too much for me. I watched it many times. Okay, so then let's go back to the happy, fun, exciting parts of the wedding. The cake.
Oh, yeah. Which one?
Oh, which one? You mean the one I popped
out
of?
The one or the big one?
Out of.
Because that was based on the design of the actual cake,
yes,
obviously.
I saw that, but I'm like, how did that come to be? It was so fun,
I didn't know.
Camp.
I didn't know at all.
This was a full surprise.
It was a true surprise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which I was so excited to pull off.
Yeah.
So, I obviously grew up watching old Hollywood movies and Singing in the Rain. Like, I've always thought the cake pop is just like such an iconic thing.
100%.
And it's just like, the best way to describe it is my favorite use of free will. Because no one says you can't.
No one says you can't.
So but I'm looking for one like, 3 or 4 weeks before the wedding.
Yeah.
Classic
Naturally.
Me, naturally.
My anxiety is again through the roof. But I'm not even your wedding planner and it's already happened and I'm sweating over it.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And I'm like, so I'm looking to rent one, but all the ones I saw online for rent were just like not good enough.
Yeah.
They were like more like pinatas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Truly. Like nothing.
Paper mache.
Different party.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And I wanted something that was like a true work of art that we could take pictures with, I could sit on, and that just like really wowed everyone.
Yeah, it was a moment.
It was absolutely a moment. It was one of, for sure, my favorite moments.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I was trying to find someone to build it. And and reaching out and getting these crazy quotes.
I'm sure. Like
crazy.
with those
$20,000.
It's like, $7,000, $8,000. And I'm like, that's crazy. I can't, that's
I want to do
budget.
this, but we're not, we can't, there's a limit.
There's a limit.
Feasible.
Yeah.
So then I randomly, like, 3 weeks before the wedding, we're having coffee with our friends that are like our neighbors. We're like regulars at the coffee shop, and it's the girl who works there's husband, and we're just chatting with him. And I knew that he made sets for TV and film.
Sure.
But I just never would put two and two together
or that
there.
he could make
he focuses on monster
he makes
stuff.
horror.
So he makes like mummies and like sewers and all this crazy
stuff.
Yeah, like very fun.
Yeah,
but you wouldn't think cake.
Right. But then I'm like, well, if he can make a friggin' monster.
He's got the skill set.
He's got the skill set. He's got he's got a little workshop. And I asked him, and thank God he was like, yeah, let's do it.
He's like Mr. Down to Clown. Like he was
Yes.
like,
I'm done with both of you. Your caterer 2 weeks before, your massive cake 2 weeks. Like, okay.
But he
I
crushed
texted
it.
him on August 17th. The wedding was September 3rd.
And
I mean,
you said,
6th. Oh my God.
You said, can you?
What day was the wedding? I don't even know.
Well.
That was our wedding, and then you had another wedding.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So he made it and delivered it. It was on wheels?
It's on wheels.
Yeah, it's on wheels.
What are you going to do with it?
Well, it's in storage right now,
It
but
has to go somewhere.
we're gonna rent it, I think, because
you 100% should rent it.
people.
Because now we know how hard it is to get a cake,
Yeah.
especially made of wood.
Big cake, yes.
And we have one.
Yes.
And we have one.
And it really inspired him to really kind of start his own little venture and custom
builds
Yeah.
for weddings
Shout out
and
to
events.
Matt if you need him.
Matt Weir.
100%. I'll get that information.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
beautiful.
He's super cool.
And did you lip sync when you came out, or sing
Yes.
live, or what was
No, I lip synced to "Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend."
Oh, and last minute she asked the guys in the band, because we had a band with trumpets, to like lower her down.
Oh yeah,
that's who the I was
that was
wondering who the
until
men
like
were.
the 4 days before. I was like, who's gonna get me out of this cake?
Yeah.
And I was gonna ask my gay besties, but I was like, they're gonna be sloshed at this point.
Yes.
And I gotta jump off.
You don't need to
cake.
fall
Yeah,
off.
we-
We don't-
yeah.
That's not the viral
That's not-
moment
yeah,
that we
exactly.
want at your wedding.
I can't literally break a leg.
No.
So, but then I was like, I wanted them to be like, dressed up, and then I was going to hire actors, but then I was like, how do I even, blah, blah.
Became too much.
And then I was like, then I remembered that part of our, what do you call it? Music package, which I loved, was that they did the ceremony sound, they did the DJ, they brought in a baby grand piano that my dad played our first dance.
Stop.
And he sang.
Yeah, and he sang.
He sang.
Yeah,
your
he's a
first
musician.
dance?
He's a very
Yeah,
What
my
did he
dad-
sing?
Love Story by Elton John.
Yeah. I was.
Mhm.
Was there a dry eye in the house? That's.
No, everybody was
Love
losing it.
song? Love Story?
I know, I forgot.
Yeah,
Because I had
yeah.
actually not heard the song. It was like he surprised us.
he
We didn't
surprised
know.
you.
He surprised
Yeah.
us.
I
And
love
it's a beautiful
how
song.
free you were about all
Why,
of this.
Yeah, why be trapped? Like we want to go on the ride too.
Yeah,
You know?
you did.
Oh,
Like
we
the
did.
number of surprises for both of you
Yeah.
Yes.
is a whole. I'm still processing, but I love the freedom you must have felt by
I mean, I
not
feel
having.
like that's our nature too.
It's just
It's
who you
like
are.
go with it.
Yeah. So he's saying you're.
Yeah, it was really
It was
sweet.
very
That's
romantic.
very.
But they had a part of that was we had the horn, hybrid DJ with the
And they were
horn
on the
section.
dance floor playing. And they
Got
were,
it.
They
so
were
the
the
two
were
men that
perfect.
got you
So
out of the cake
Were the two horn
That's
players.
where they were, the two horn
Yeah.
players.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which
And
And
they
we
were awesome.
have to talk about your dress.
Yes.
Hayley Paige, that
Yes.
beautiful, bright pink dress.
Yes.
How did you come to that dress?
So I was trying on a ton of dresses, like February, March, later than you should be, as you know.
Yeah, we're moving past this.
So, and I couldn't.
It's probably fine. It's probably the universe, because we talked a little bit when we first met, and I was like, yeah, I'll help you with your wedding. I'd love to. This sounds really fun. And then it didn't materialize, and I think the universe knew maybe we weren't going to be good for each other.
You're
Because
too
I'd
much
be
of a
like,
planner.
hey, just checking in. Hi, just checking in. Hello,
would've given you a
checking in.
Caesar.
Are you alive?
Yeah. Do you want to get married? So the universe knew that you just needed your own way.
We need
okay,
pressure
so,
to make diamonds. You know
correct.
what I
Yes,
mean?
that's us. Diamonds are a girl's best friend.
Yes. So you had tried on a bunch.
So I tried on a bunch, and nothing was really speaking to me. But I kind of had this vision for what I wanted based on some things I had seen. And then I saw Hayley Paige's announcement. And I was so excited because I've just been a lover of Hayley Paige since Say Yes to the Dress.
I feel like you are her
and then
personified.
She's
That's
Chabal.
literally
the
what I said
brand.
when I met her.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you guys are
He's like, what does
Yeah.
she look like? Because we're looking to the audience. And I'm like, well, like
Kind of like me.
Kind of like me.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, there she is.
Yeah.
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 That must be her.
100%.
And we were wearing matching outfits without even knowing in our first meeting. But
Wait, that wasn't planned?
no.
I'm done with you two.
No.
I'm literally done with you two.
So basically I saw that she did her announcement, and I I'd met her one time before at an event, but, we were Instagram friends, but I was like, let me just send her a message, a DM, and ask her if she would be interested in doing a custom dress with me. And she said yes right away.
Oh.
And so then we met up in April.
In Florida.
And we sketched the exact design
they
that
sent me
it
on
was.
a walk. I wasn't allowed.
You weren't allowed.
Yeah.
But you did get to go to Florida.
Yeah.
I did get to walk around West Palm Beach.
Did you hang out with
myself.
Conrad? He's so nice.
Yes.
He's so cool, dude.
Yeah, I
He's
feel like
such a
you're
great
like
guy.
a power couple
I
together.
know.
The four of you is like a perfect double
love
date.
them.
Yeah.
So we just sketched out the design. I wanted to do these big floral applique, like just very like Carrie Bradshaw, like just big, bold couture, but still fun.
Yes.
And then I had tried on a really light blush dress at Galeria Le Havre that I loved. And I was like, what if I just do pink? It's going to be so fun.
Yes. Go for color.
And I wanted the top to be fitted and just like simple. And then, as Leo describes it, the top is very Rachel, and then the bottom is the moment.
Yes.
When he predicted the dress.
He did predict that video was too much. It was
upside down bouquet?
We had to have a conversation because she was like, I don't know if I should post this because people are going to think it's fake.
Well, now, but here's the chance to clarify.
Yeah,
it was
it
not.
It was not fake. And it was funny because my dad.
I only had the dress 2 days before.
Yeah, exactly. She didn't even know what it looked like. She didn't. So my dad was down there with me just purely by coincidence as I was getting ready, and he saw them spontaneously spring that on me. And he's my number one witness on that. Because when she was walking down the aisle, my dad, I'm up there looking at my bride walk down. It's this emotional moment. And my dad just turns and goes, "You were right, dude."
Yeah. He's like, son,
I know, Dad.
You got this.
Let me have this moment.
My gosh. Well, we have to wrap up because we're out of time, although I could sit here and talk to you about this forever. There are just a few questions that I just have to ask.
Go.
Rapid fire.
Okay,
we'll
love
go
rapid
through
fire.
them very quick. Would love to know the timeline for the day, how to make sure you got photos for everything for social, content fitting in the schedule, how to organize the flow so it didn't feel like a halt, especially you popping out of the cake.
Totally get that. I mean, that was something that was on top of my mind was obviously social media content. We had an amazing team with So Bridal. We had a call in advance, and they are on it. They captured everything, and they knew the trends. They had it ready to go. So it really didn't feel like anything, because to me, I'm making content all the time, so it feels natural.
Yeah.
And then we actually, because of the rain, didn't actually have a lot of chance to do bridal portraits. So Mary, our photographer, ended up staying so we could take pictures, and we took pictures on Monday.
Oh,
so we got
perfect.
a few on
She's
Monday.
amazing.
Oh, that's amazing.
And that was
so that's the helpful way to do it. That was Alexandra Adams.
And also just
Hi,
capturing
Alex.
content while we shoot. That was the secret.
along the way.
Yeah.
My lady, Mim Fig, asked, did she have something blue?
So I had my mom wear blue.
Okay.
And that was like,
As your something
yes.
blue.
And I picked her dress out, which I loved.
And did you take Leo's last name? Why or why not?
No, I am Rachel Martino for life.
I love that.
I always joke that like her name with my last name sounds like she's sneezing, like Rachel Camacho.
It does. It's a lot of.
Yeah.
I love that. And how do we feel about that, Mr. Leo?
I mean, I love her as Rachel Martino, and that's never going to change. So
I love it. Feminism is real. Okay.
That's right.
I'm so nosy. This is cheerful and vegan. I'm so nosy. How did he or she or they afford this? Sponsorships must know. Sorry, I'm nosy. LOL.
That's fair.
Fair. Yeah, I mean, this was something that we planned for, and
I mean, we were engaged for 3 years.
we saved for.
Yep.
And it was definitely my dream. In terms of sponsors, we did work with Minted, and that was a really fun partnership that felt so natural, and we got to create our custom
because you had designed your own, and
Yeah.
then they
Yes.
printed.
As a matter of fact, that's maybe what really inspired us to go so above and beyond with the invites, is because we wanted to really like fulfill and honor that partnership, but it was like a cool medium for us to showcase.
and it worked for you. You didn't do it because you did it because it made sense.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah,
Yes.
100%.
Yeah, you were going to make those same
Nothing
dates
was going to
regardless.
be wedged in there. We
Sure.
wanted it all to still be organic and like feel natural to us.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that. Was there a plan B if the rain didn't clear? How did you navigate this? We kind of talked
there
about
was a
this.
We
rain
don't
plan.
talk about this actually.
There was a rain plan, which we talked about. Jennifer Wilson, it was such a great day. I think people would be interested to hear what a trooper you were. There were so many
She
disappointments.
was incredible. Jennifer Wilson was one of the photographers, and
Okay,
she
got
was
it.
so calming.
Wait, what did she say?
She said there were so many disappointments that had happened. How did you find yourself getting back to moments of joy when many things out of your control went wrong? Many people break under less.
Wow. Yeah, and she was there, so she saw it. She actually was a big reason. Like Mary and Jen from Mary's photography team, they calmed me down so much. Incredibly presence. Professional. I think it's like just, having that experience in the wedding industry, just knowing how to really calm someone down.
And also, I think at the end of the day, it always was kind of pointed in the same direction in that
we're getting married.
This is a moment to cherish.
Yeah.
And like we have each other. Right, we're not just trying to throw a party.
Yeah.
We're celebrating our union,
Your love.
Regardless of how that looks, the love is.
And
there.
Everyone's there. Like I think the welcome party, seeing everyone's face, I was just like.
That was another one. The welcome party took a lot of the load off of, a lot of pressure.
Highly recommend.
You could socialize and hug everyone and get everyone connected the day before.
As a matter of fact, that night I said, even if we don't get married, this was satisfying. This was so fulfilling.
And then you had the dream wedding. And the last question from For Lady Alicia. Any advice for future couples getting married?
Don't plan anything. Just
Leo, stop now.
Oh, sorry.
I have a real answer.
Okay.
Because someone asked us on Instagram, and I was like, you know what? My biggest advice is do it your way. Because like so many things that we did are very untraditional.
But they're you.
And they're you. And it's like, who says you have to have an invite with beautiful calligraphy? Our invite was, us.
Yeah,
it was art. And, who says you can't pop out of a cake if you want to? And those are the things that make it so memorable and so about the couple.
Right.
Yeah.
So don't, let people tell you you have to do X, Y, and Z if that's not you. Do exactly what you want because the wedding is about you, for you. Like that's my biggest advice to brides.
Lean into you.
And grooms.
To everyone. Yeah. I love it. Where can people find you?
Online. You can follow me at Martino and
you can follow me at Mr. Leo Zombie. Sorry, it's an old video game.
I love Mr. Leo Zombie.
It tracks. It is who you are.
And if you love design, then Dream Loft Studios.
And then Dream Loft Studios. Well, I adore both of you and congratulations.
Thank you so much for having us. This is super fun. It's nice to unload on you.
Yes, I'm happy to receive it. And joy, so much joy.
So much joy.
Congrats again. And now it's time for Ask Jove, where I answer your questions. Really, anything you want to know, feel free to ask me. I'm joined in studio with my dear friend Sloan for Ask Jove.
Okay, Jove. Dana from Orlando has our question for today.
Ooh, hi, Dana.
Hi.
Have you ever been to Orlando?
Oh, yes.
Disney World.
One of the Disneys, but we did like a lot of dance competitions there and stuff.
Oh, I didn't
because they
know
have then you have Disney and you
as
have
a child,
Universal.
you were in a dance competition?
Oh, yes.
Like Dance Moms style?
Yes.
I didn't know this.
Mm-hmm.
For how many years?
Many years.
What style? All of them?
All of them. Except tap. I'm terrible at tap.
Okay, so like contemporary,
lyrical, jazz,
all
modern.
Wow.
Yep.
I did not know this.
One of my favorite memories, don't know why I'm sharing it here, but here we go, was a Mario Kart production that we did. And it was like a 7-minute long dance. And
Mario Kart?
Mm-hmm, and I got to be Princess Peach.
And it was contemporary?
No, it was like a jazz number.
Oh.
Yeah.
I need a VHS.
A VHS. Let me find my
please
film.
Get the VHS. I don't have a player, but I would love love to see this.
It was quite fun.
Wow.
We had people dressed up as turtles and little mushrooms, and
this is adorable.
The stars were on point.
Little Sloan
and I was Princess Peach. I got to get lifted up. It was really just because I was the smallest child.
No. It's also the talent and the charisma. The charisma is part of it.
Okay.
How did we get here?
I'm not sure. Orlando. We got here with Orlando. Dana, thank you for this journey.
Okay, sorry. Back to Dana.
All right. Dana is wondering, what do we do about wedding favors?
Okay.
A lot of people aren't doing them now.
Yep.
But is it gauche not to do it? It seems like a pretty big expense. Is it worth making?
Here's what I say about wedding favors. If you don't have anything meaningful, thoughtful, useful that comes to mind within a minute, don't do it.
Yep.
You've just gifted people a 6, 7, 8 hour party.
Multiple meals.
Multiple
bevies.
Open bar, dancing, divas, dining, disco. You've given enough.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like favors, if you have a cool one, you should do it. But don't waste your time or money to do it for the sake of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't do a favor.
You had matchboxes, though, which I highly appreciate.
But did that feel like a favor to you?
No.
Okay.
It was just part of the decor.
But we did that because my great-grandfather collected them.
Oh, I love
that. And he had, as a kid, I remember growing up, he had a big glass vase. And every restaurant he went to for the 39 years of my life or whatever before he died, he'd come home and he'd put it in there.
That's so
So
cute.
for me, that's why we did it. Kyle was like, why? And I told him, and he's like, then we're going to do it.
Absolutely.
But if it doesn't have a meaning for you, I feel like you don't need to spend $5, $10, $20, $30 a person to do it.
No.
Like, why?
Yeah, that, and also like I feel like people get so much more excited about having like their escort card.
Yes. As
however
a
it's
keepsake.
designed. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like we always save paper goods for all of the couples.
Yep.
But as a guest at a wedding, I like to save mine too.
Yeah, it has your name on it.
Yeah, it has my name on it. I know that they've like likely really thought about like what the menu design looks like, or the colors that have gone into it. And it's just like a really nice keepsake.
So take that money and put it somewhere else. Unless it speaks to you. Like we had one couple who was like anti-brunch. I don't know if you remember. They were like, we don't want to do a brunch. So we gave everyone like bagels and cream cheese in a bag to go so they could eat it the next morning. I imagine many of them got right into that bagel
1,000%.
at 2 a.m. when they
carb
were
load at
drunk
night.
and they were just like so happy. I also think that's good to like a cookie or popcorn, like
anything edible.
Anything edible from the end of your wedding to their hotel room will be consumed. But I feel like tchotchkes, nobody needs it.
I don't need a magnet. I don't need a pen.
Nobody's going to take it home.
No.
Unless it's like really funny. We had a client years ago and they did a coffee mug.
Yes.
And it said, I got this shitty coffee mug at Brett and Lindsay's wedding.
There you go.
And it was made in China very cheaply a decade ago. And I literally laughed out loud when I unboxed them. And then I stacked them like really high. And everybody on the way out was dying of laughter.
Because it's funny.
Yep. And I remember I had it in my coffee cupboard and I drank out of it every day as long as it didn't last that long. It was cheap.
You're like 2 months in.
But it was memorable and it was funny. Like I don't need another coffee mug, but that I would keep and that I would take.
Yeah.
But if it's breakable, these people are.
You also don't know like if they're traveling in, are they carry on only?
Like what are they going to do with it?
Yeah, don't do liquid.
No. And are they really going to take it from your wedding and then leave it in their hotel room and you're none the wiser? Like I think it's a good idea if a good idea comes quickly.
Right.
If not, really don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So edible, good idea.
Or something meaningful.
Something meaningful. Otherwise, just let it go. You have a million other things to think about.
So many other decisions.
Like if you get a cool ice cube.
Ooh.
For the welcome drink or the specialty cocktail, that's going to be more memorable than a takeaway at the end of the night or adding late night food.
Right.
Instead. You know what I mean? Like if resources are limited, I would say shift the resources to something more memorable during the wedding.
Absolutely. Pay for a better DJ.
Yeah, absolutely. Upgrade from the playlist. Go for the DJ. I just playlist can't. That's a whole other conversation. But I agree. I think they're moving away. So trust your gut. And if it's something you don't care about, but a parent really cares about, let your parent take it on. Let it be their project.
And also be okay with whatever the result is.
Yes. But what will happen is it will free them up from bothering you. If you
it's
say,
a diversion tactic.
Mama, Dada, Grandma, whoever, I don't want one, but if this is important to you, you should do it. You should own it. Surprise me. I don't want to be involved, but I can't wait to see what it is.
Oh my God. What if everyone had some kind of like surprise something that popped up at their wedding for one of
No. Let me be clear.
Their family
that is literally only for the favor. I do not need surprise things popping up at a wedding.
Wild.
Yes. Yeah, and I think it's like there is like a weird Kyle's mom did ask us if we were doing favors, and I said no. And she said, oh, well, I saw this. It was like a wine key, I think, at someone else's wedding, and I really liked it. And then she was like, would you want that if I did the work and paid for it?
Kind offer.
You know what I mean? It's like a kind offer. And we were like, we'd rather put the money somewhere else.
There you go.
But if you think your guests would enjoy that, we're not going to say no. It's the end of the night.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
people are leaving at different times anyway. Correct. Are you going to have it set up in enough time?
Correct. And if it's something at the end of the night in a dark room, you need like a staff member. Like you've done it a million times.
Have you gotten your favor?
People. Yeah. Don't forget your favor before you go. Take one, take two, take three. Because nobody wants 40 wine openers.
Like,
at the
do
end
you
of
have
their
6
wedding.
children?
Yeah.
Great. Take all these cookies.
Take one for everybody. Oh, favors.
It also needs to be well lit.
Yes.
Because if they can't see it, they're not going to take it.
They're not.
No.
They're not. And photograph it during the day in the light, not at night.
Great
if
tip.
you care about having it in your gallery.
Save it for your photographer.
Correct.
At least one.
Put
maybe
it in
two.
your photo bag for earlier in the day.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
luck,
well, good
Dana.
luck. Favor or no favor, you're still going to have a great wedding. Don't forget to send your questions. Again, any questions, send them our way to hi@jovemeyer.com, and maybe I will answer them on air. If you can, send a voice memo. I love to hear your voice.
Weddings-ish.
Thank you again for listening or watching Weddings-ish with Jove. If you liked today's episode, please subscribe and leave a review on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts. We're also super grateful to Mel Flannery for the music on the podcast. She created, produced, and designed all of the music. And don't forget, you can watch Weddings-ish with Jove on Love Stories TV, YouTube, or streaming TV channel. Visit lovestoriestv.com/live for the list of streaming apps.
Weddings-ish. Weddings-ish.